Dear members, we discussed have been, I have been, that kind of sentences have been formed here. So, when you can use have been can be used in one usage. The first usage we discussed that with continuous activity. If an activity started before and still continuing, that time you can use have been. For example, if you started something, some works, for example, you imagine you are driving a car. You started the driving process before 1 hour, and still you are in the car and you are driving. At that moment, you can say, I am, sorry, I have been driving a car for 1 hour. That means the person started driving car before some time and still continuing. So such sentences have been discussed here. Hope you understand well. Now we are jumping on to advanced level. Once again, I welcome everyone. Aisha Chidam, Mr. Jasimuddin, Praveen Begum, Mithila, Ismail, and Maria Boss, and Sisi, Jodi, Suresh, Samir Khan, Alamgir, Sonu, Tania, Praveen Begum, Albino, Akhtar, everyone. So once again, let's join. So, sorry, Shahid Khan, I missed his name. So have been. We are going to make a question. WH question. If you ask this kind of WH question, the answer will be long type answer. The answer will not be yes or no. That is called a yes or no question. No, this is WH question. For example, what have you been? What have you been doing? 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 What have you been writing? What have you been writing? What have you been cooking in the kitchen? What have you been cooking in the kitchen? What have you been thinking? What have you been writing on a piece of paper? I have curiosity to know. What have you been listening to? That process is still continuing. The process is still continuing. So you ask a question using WH question, the word what. You can use where. Where have you been going to? Where have you been going to? Where have you been coming from? Where have you been driving your car to? Where have you been learning English from? Where have you been eating chicken biryani from? So hope you are making out, you are understanding what I am speaking. So who can say one sentence? Who can say one sentence?
I want to say, sir.
Okay, this is not sentence question. Okay, WH question. Where have you been? What have you
Okay,
been?
sir. Okay, sir.
Why have you been? Yeah.
Are you listening me, sir?
Yes.
Okay. How long have you been learning English language?
How long have you been learning English language? How long have you been learning English language? That's very good sentence. Very good. I appreciate you.
Okay, thank you so
Next.
much, sir.
Next.
Yes, sir.
Chidam. Yes.
Yeah, but I'm curious if I can say for how long is it better or just how long?
Yeah,
I
you
mean,
can use how long.
hmm? Yes, how long?
How long? You can use how long. How long is a better usage in this condition.
So don't say for how long. Okay. How have you been attending this Zoom class?
How long have you been attending this Zoom class?
Yeah.
So you can say the answer. I will say if you asked to me, if you are asking to me, I would say I have been joining this. I have been attending this Zoom class for 1 year. Thank you, Chidam. Next, who is going to ask?
Me, sir? Me?
Okay. Yes,
Okay.
Shahid Khan.
What my sentence is what have you been doing in the room?
What have you been doing in the room? Wow, beautiful sentence. If you ask me this question, I would answer, I have been playing with my children in the room. I have been playing with my children in the room for 2 hours.
Can you repeat the sentence, Mr. Shahid Khan?
Yeah, sure. What have you been doing in the room?
Thank you so much.
What have you been doing in the room? I have been playing with my children in the room. Am I correct, Shahid Khan? Is it appropriate
Yes,
answer?
sir. Exactly, sir. Yes, exactly, sir.
Hope you're
Why so?
satisfied with my answer. Thank you. Next, let's move on to another member. Who is
Me?
going to say?
Hi, sir.
Can I speak, sir?
Okay, Samir. Samir, you
What
keep your
have you
camera a little bit down. We want to see you clearly.
What have you been purchasing from market?
What have you been purchasing from the market? I have been purchasing some gifts for my son's birthday party. I have been purchasing some gifts for my son's birthday party because this is a culture giving gifts to a daughter or son or family members on their birthday by wishing or celebrating their birthday parties. Thank you very much, Samir Khan. Are you happy with my answer, Samir?
Purchasing.
Chidam, what's your concern?
How purchasing.
Purchasing, buying.
Bye.
Buying.
You may
Okay.
purchase jewelry, maybe necklace or chain, bangles, watch, like that. Clear, Chidam?
Yes, true.
Other sentence, other questions.
Okay, who is going to ask a question using
Yes.
what have you been, where have you been, how have you been, how long have you been? Imtinan.
Yes, sir. My question
How
is, how long you have been starting the meeting?
How long have you been? How long
Have you
have you been?
have you been starting the meeting?
Okay. How have you been? How have you been? How long have you been? Is it
How
appropriate?
long have been? How
Yeah.
long
How
have you
long?
been teaching?
How long is
How long
appropriate?
have been? How long
Imtinan,
have
can you
been
change?
teaching in English? Mr. Professor, how
How
long have
long
been
have you
teaching in
been
English?
living in India?
Wait. Mr. Imtinan, let me clarify.
how long? How how long? How
Please wait,
long have
Mr.
you been?
Please wait. Please wait. Mr. Imtinan, can you please clarify your sentence? I want to make.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Sir, I said that how long you have been starting this meeting?
That you can say how long have you been? How long you have been, not that is wrong.
Okay.
How long have you been? Because this is interrogative sentence. So in interrogative sentence, the auxiliary verb will come front. In sentence, you can say I have been. In question, how long have you been? Okay.
Well, thank you. Right, sir.
How
Can you
long have you been teaching English?
Can you keep the camera clearly, Maria? Because your camera position, or you're just moving the camera up and down. That's why we cannot see you. Because body language and the expression, facial expression, gestures is very important in a communication. That's why we tell everyone to on the camera. So Maria, can you repeat your sentence?
How long have you been teaching English?
Wow, good question. I have been teaching English for 10 years. Thank you so much. Next, who is asking? Sonu.
Can I ask?
Yes, sure.
What types of food have you preparing for a long time?
I have been preparing a Brazilian dish. I have been preparing a Brazilian dish for a long time. Thank you very much, Mithila Motin, for asking wonderful question.
Can
Next.
I say? Can
Yeah.
I say, sir?
Sure.
When time have you been opening your Zoom meeting? When time?
You can ask what time.
When
time is
WHEN, one time have you been opening your Zoom meeting?
okay. When time is the wrong usage, so you please use what time. What time have you been starting your Zoom meeting?
Yeah.
Can you repeat? Can you repeat? If the sentence construction is okay, but the meaning, the sense will be a little change. So we want to modify the sentence. I'll say, no problem. You repeat the sentence. What time have you been starting your Zoom meeting? Can you repeat?
What time have you been starting your Zoom meeting?
Very good. So, when we check the meaning of this particular sentence, that's not appropriate. So we want to change the sentence. You can ask the real meaning may be different. How long have you been conducting this Zoom meeting? How long have you been conducting this Zoom meeting? That's one question, possible question. So the answer, I can say the answer. I have been conducting this Zoom meeting for 6 years or 1 year.
Yeah. Thank you so
So
much.
one more clarification.
Sir.
Yeah.
Sir, can we use when? When have you been going to start? What kind, instead of what time? Can we use when?
If you think in your mother tongue, it will be completely wrong, because we can't say that like that. When have you been? It's okay, and in grammatically it's okay. When have you been? When have you been? What is the sentence?
When have you been going to market?
When have you been? You can say that sentence in the same sense. You can say without changing the meaning. How long have you been going to the not how long. When have you been going to the market? If you use the sentence, the meaning of that particular sentence.
What time have you been?
The meaning of that particular sentence may be different if you think in your language. That is the point. So we can say, actually you want to know, first you understand the usage of have been. Have been usage is one activity started in a particular time in past, still continuing. So you can ask, what have you been doing? What have you been doing during this um, during this pandemic? The answer will be very easy. I have been doing. Okay. So let's moving back. Aisha, she has been waiting for a long time for explaining a sentence, for giving a sentence. And Praveen Begum also, she's studying a sentence.
Where have been living India?
Where have you been? Where have you been
Have you been
living?
live
Where
live
have you
in India?
Where have you been living in India? I have been living in India in Kerala. I have been living in Kerala for you can use this have been mostly for asking time. How long have you been living in Kerala? How long have you been living in India? But your sentence is also correct. Where have you been living in India during this pandemic?
Yes.
Hello, am I audible?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay. Yeah, say. Can you repeat the sentence?
How long have you been living India?
How long have you been living in India? You can use a time during this.
Previous 10 year, 20 year. Can we use word previous?
No. Previous is completely past. Previous. You have to use a time word that is connecting the past and the present.
Okay.
I think this is really advanced English. That's why I already said we started from a basic English to intermediate. Then now we are in advanced English. So those who don't have the basic knowledge in English, they will have confusions. It's quite natural. Even I confused when Akhtar Abbas asked a question. I also got a little bit confusion in that area because it's quite difficult while making questions using how long or have been. Using have been, you want to use the WH questions. How long? That's appropriate. So Aisha, let me clarify your sentence. Can you please ask this question? How long have you been living in India? Or you can say, how long have you been learning English? That means how long means how many years you have been learning English. So such cases you can use, what have you been doing? What have you been writing? Where have you been cooking? So you can say the answer, I have been cooking in the kitchen. Aisha, are you understanding what I am explaining?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay.
I am understanding.
Can you say one sentence for my satisfaction?
Sorry.
One sentence, can you say? One more sentence. You can use what? What have you been?
What have you been now?
What have you been plus a verb? You want to use a verb.
What have you been going now?
What is the meaning? What have you been going means what? You can use where have you been going? That time I can answer easily. I have been going to the market for the last 2 hours. So Aisha, don't be panic. This is a little bit confusing, not to you, but many of the members, because this is the first time you are practicing like this. That's why. So Aisha, are you happy?
Yes, I am happy.
But I'm not happy with you. I feel like you have still confusion. So I'm asking you a question. You want to reply?
No, I'm happy.
Okay, okay. I'm asking you a question. Where have
Okay.
you been? Where have you been living for 10 years?
I have been living in in South Africa uh,
For 10
from 10
years.
years.
For 10 years.
For 10 years.
Do you have butterflies in your stomach? Beating? Tim, 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 tim. Hmm?
Yes.
Don't worry. I feel that because, you are trying better. So I think you learned this sentence. Thank you very much.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank
Now,
you.
who is going to say, I'm really sorry, other members, because,
Sir, I'm going to tell you one sentence. You will say that is right or not. How have you been keeping your motivation alive for conducting meeting every day? Is it right?
it's all right. How long have you been? Can you
How,
repeat?
how have you been keeping your motivation alive for conducting meeting every day?
Meaningful. That's correct. I have been using a psychological method and friendly approach with the members of the Zoom to continue this meeting for a long months.
Thank you very much, sir.
Are you happy with my answer?
Yes, sir.
You want to know what mechanism or methodology that I am using? Okay, thank you.
Actually,
Albino.
sir, I wanted to know about your motivation, how you get motivation to make Zoom meeting every day, to conducting Zoom meeting every day.
That particular sentence you cannot use in this and in this particular way, in this sense. How long or how have you been?
Sir, I said, how have you been keeping your motivation alive for conducting meeting every day?
That's okay. Next, let's move on to Albino.
Okay, thank you, sir. How long have you been planning to travel to another country?
I have been planning for 2 years to migrate to other countries.
Okay, okay. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Next, Mr. Ismail. He has been waiting for a long time.
Actually, it's the same questions in my mind. How long have you been being an English coach?
I have been an English coach for 10 years. Are you happy with my answer?
Other question, for example, how long have you been getting married?
How long have you been getting married? Okay. I have been getting married for 13 years. Still, I'm not married. I just said I'm single. Anyway, scam.
Sir, is it like, sir, can I ask you one question?
Yeah.
Sir, is it like, how long have you been waiting for getting married?
That is
Am I right?
perfect. If you ask to me, that is appropriate. Yes, but
yes,
both
sir.
of the sentences are correct.
Okay, so thank you.
Grammatically correct. Stem.
Yeah, okay, thanks. I want to ask a question using the abbreviated question. For what kind of activities have you been doing outside?
Wow, that is very, very good question. What kind of activity have you been doing outside? My answer, I have
Yeah.
been cultivating in my yard for a long period of time. Are you happy, Stam?
Okay,
Okay.
thanks.
My goal.
Exactly
Hello, my
right.
okay. My goal. Okay. Haifa, please introduce yourself. Haifa. Turn on your camera. Jodi and Ibrahim. Haifa. My goal. Mr. Business.
Sir, can I say?
Some people are not. Some people are not. What to say? Cooperating. Even I called their name. Please wait, Alamgir. Didn't you hear that I'm speaking? My goal. Haifa. My God. So, Shahid Khan, can you ask a question?
Yeah. For this one, Nasser, I have been question how long have been I can ask.
Yeah.
Yeah. How long have you been teaching English?
Yes, very good question. That is a repeated question anyway. I
Yeah,
have been
repeated
teaching English for 10 years. Do you have any more question?
Can I ask one?
Yes, Chidam.
How
After
long-
that, Alamgir, you ask a question. After Chidam.
How long have you been searching for your soulmate?
I have been searching my soulmate for around 50 years. Because she has gone some lonely places. I'm still worried about her.
Thank you.
Where is the questionnaire? Chidam, have you wondered, surprised? This is only imagination. 15 years I am only 29 years old.
Can
Okay.
I say? Can I say?
Wait. Samir Khan.
Can I ask?
Yes. If you are asking, please ask fast. Otherwise, we will call next person.
I can ask.
Yeah, I called your name.
What have you been missing for 10 years?
I have been missing my father for 10 years because he passed away before 10 years. Thank you very much. Good question. Relevant question. Now Alamgir. After that, Sisi. Alamgir.
Uh, how long have you been reading novel?
Wow, good question. You know, this is actually what I mean. How long have you been reading? So, how long have you been reading? What did you ask?
Novel. A novel.
Can you
How
please
long
repeat the
have
question?
you been? How long have you been reading a novel?
How long have you been reading the novel? Very good question. I have been reading the novel for 3 hours. You know, this is direct question. Some people are asking indirect question. It is not possible in this particular pattern. But they think that why, sir, this cannot be asked. If you ask an expert English, a person in expert, they will teach you. If I say something, you may have confusion. You please Google. You will understand. There is limitation to make you understand in this limited time. That is the problem. So anyway, let's move on to CC.
Hello, sir.
Yes.
What have you been eating? eating your lunch?
What have you been eating? What have you
Your
been
lunch.
eating for your lunch? Oh, okay. What have you been eating for your lunch? Okay,
For
I can
your
answer.
lunch.
I have been eating pizza instead
Pizza.
of a heavy food for my lunch today, or for my lunch.
Yes, thank you, sir.
Okay.
Thank you,
Thank you so
sir.
much.
Yeah.
Next.
May I, sir?
Yeah.
How long have you been wearing a glass?
I have been wearing this glass for 2 years because of my over usage of electronic devices, such as this digital gadgets screen. It is totally problem for my eyes, so I have been using these spectacles for 2 years. Next.
Sir, I want to ask a question. Can I ask?
Yeah.
You mind me, please, sir?
Yes.
Can I ask, sir?
Yeah, if you ask fast,
Okay, sir.
it's okay.
How long have you been leading this platform?
I have been leading this platform around 1 year, but